Hi, my name is Dan Hopman, and I'm one of your instructional coaches in the Pondale School District. It's that time of year that we would normally have a day to have our kids pass out Valentine's Day cards to each other. How do we do that in distance learning? Here are 3 activities using Google Tools to engage students during Valentine's. All right, the first activity we're going to take a look at is a Valentine Rebus story. So basically, a Rebus story is a story that combines both words and pictures in the writing part of the story. And in this case, we're going to be using the Valentine's Day themed story. So I already have a student who's written out a paragraph. And so now what we need to do is we need to change some of the words into pictures. So for example, we've got a boy. So there once was a boy. So I'm going to go to edit, copy. And this is a great opportunity to teach your kids also about the keyboard shortcuts for copying and pasting. So Control C would be copy and Control V would be paste. So let's go ahead and paste that in. Oops. So we've got a boy and a girl. Let's copy the girl. Who went to the same school. Now, if you notice, we don't have a school here. So I'm going to come up here to Insert, Special Characters. And you can see that right now symbol is selected. I'm going to change that to emoji. And I'm going to type here, I'm going to type in school. So here's a school that we can use. I'm going to go ahead and let's come back over here and exit out of that real quick. Let's highlight school. And now we can go Insert, Special Characters, type in school. And now we can click on that. And if you exit out of this, you'll see that now the school has been changed. It was time. So here's another one. We have no clock up here. So we're going to go to Insert, Special Characters. And let's look for we'll just type in time. I don't like any of those. Let's try watch. There's a watch. It was time. It was time for Valentine's Day. So Cupid, and so let's see here. I don't see a Cupid. We do have Cupid's arrow. Let's see if we can go to Insert, Special Character. Let's see what we have when we type in Cupid. And we don't have anything for Cupid. So let's go ahead and use Cupid's arrow. We'll go ahead and copy that. So Cupid shot an arrow. So if you notice, we don't have an actual arrow here. So now we're going to go back up to Insert, Special Characters. And now what we're going to do instead of emoji, we're going to say symbol. And here's where all of our different arrows are. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one at the boy. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight boy, edit, copy, boy, edit, paste. So you can keep on going through. It missed and hit the cat. We do have a cat in here. The cat fell in love with the girl. And so you can change all of those. But the idea is that the kids are really making an attempt to change the emoji and making it very clear that it is both words and pictures, a rebus. So that's activity number 1, Valentine Rebus. The second activity is a Valentine's magnetic poetry. This is one of my favorite ones because it's always fun to watch how the kids get creative with their poetry. So think back to, maybe on your refrigerator, you might have the magnets that are on the refrigerator. You can move them around and say certain things. Well, that's kind of what we have here, except they get to move it to the center. Now, the center is what would be printable if you ever want to print this. So keep that in mind, is that we want everything brought into the middle. So let's take a look and see what we can come up with for a magnetic poetry. So let's see here. Let's start off with our first one. So I'm going to click on it, and if you notice my arrow changes, I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to bring it in. Now, what we want to make sure we do is we still want to stress the idea of a capital letter at the beginning, even if none of these do have capital letters. So I'm going to change my F and just change it to a capital F. I'm going to make this plural. So friends are, let me see if I can, an R, there we go. Are best. Let me see if I can find the word best. And to be honest, I've kind of written out a poem in my head that I think I'm going to go with. I don't have the word best, so I'm going to bring this one up here, and I want to keep that there. So I'm going to do a copy and paste. So you can see I've got a new one here. I'm going to bring this up here, and now I can type in best. I've fast forwarded our video because you don't need to see me sit there and drag each and every one of them in. But now I can, let me get rid of that. I want to have let's have you. Friends are best. That is true. Chocolate is sweet and so are you. So it's just a very simple poem that you might have your kids write. Make sure they change their name down at the bottom. And that is magnetic poetry. It's super simple. Like I said, it's one of my favorites because it reminds me of having all the words up on my refrigerator and having my kids write sentences with them when they would get up in the morning, or I would leave them a note as I'm leaving for work. So magnetic poetry for Valentine's Day. Our final activity is to actually make old style Valentine's Day cards, but make them digitally. So you can actually have your students do this pretty easily. You can see all the directions are inside the white. So the white is what would print when they would go to print. But the kids can edit these so that way they can kind of make them original, and printing is nice, but we're not in the time right now to be able to print. So you could do something like this student here where they made it and it's the ability to print is there. But if you don't want them to print, it's very simple. Just don't have them invert everything. Keep everything right side up. And then this way, the Valentine's card is literally just a one-pager, just like this. So this student actually wrote it to their sister. So it's really simple to do that. There's two different styles you can do. You can do one that is landscapes. That means it's wide going left to right. Or you can do it portrait, which is tall up and down. And literally you can have them change. And so what you would do is have them just edit the text that's in here and just say very simply, Happy Valentine's Day. Love, Dan. And you can have them make it for their mom, for their dad, or for their other members of their family, or even for the people in your class. So you can bring pictures in. So let's say I wanted to have a picture here. I can go to insert image from the web. And let's go ahead and type in Valentine's Day. And now I can bring in something really nice like this. And even though it's probably going to be big, I can resize it a little smaller, put it right over that, and then I will send backward. Let's do that one more time. There we go. And now I can take this and I can make this a little bigger, a little smaller, or if I choose to move things around, I can do that as well. But it's just a real simple way of putting, there we go, of putting in our Valentine's Day, and the kids have a chance to really connect with each other. There we go. So feel free to use any of these templates. Again, they're going to be in the description of the video. Editing them is real simple. If you do want to print them, remember you will have to follow the directions on the cards, so that way when it's time to fold, they fold correctly. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we would be more than happy to help you out. Have a great day.